Have you ever noticed how some people cheat and somehow still sleep peacefully at night? They look you in the eyes and say, "I love you." They make plans. They talk about the future. They post couple photos. They laugh with you. And at the same time, they're flirting with someone else, texting someone else, meeting someone else. From the outside, it looks almost unreal. You wonder, how does a person live like this? How do they split themselves in two? How do they not collapse under the weight of guilt? For a long time, people assume the answer is simple. They think cheaters are just heartless, or careless, or cruel. But the truth is more uncomfortable than that. Because cheating isn't random, and it's not a single bad decision. There is a psychological system behind it, a way of thinking, a way of bending reality, a way of protecting the ego even while destroying someone else. And once you see that system clearly, something important happens. You stop being confused. You stop replaying memories, wondering what you missed. You stop taking their betrayal as proof that you weren't enough. You begin to see it for what it really is, a pattern. And today, we're going to break that pattern down. Not to excuse it, not to romanticize it, but to understand it, so it loses its power over you. Most people imagine cheating begins in a moment of temptation, a hotel room, a late night, a sudden opportunity. But cheating almost never starts there. It starts much earlier, quietly, in small, private thoughts that no one else hears. Thoughts like, "My partner doesn't really get me. This relationship isn't what it used to be. I've given so much, I deserve something for myself." Sometimes those thoughts contain a grain of truth. Relationships can struggle. Distance can grow. People can feel unseen. But here's where the psychological split begins. Instead of addressing those problems directly through honesty, boundaries, or difficult conversations, something else happens. They divide themselves. On one side, "I'm a good person. I'm loyal. I'm not the kind of person who cheats." On the other side, "I'm talking to someone I shouldn't be talking to. I'm hiding messages. I'm crossing lines." When your actions don't match the image you have of yourself, the mind becomes deeply uncomfortable. That discomfort demands relief, and there are only two ways to get it. You either change your behavior, or you change the story you tell yourself about it. A healthy person tries to change the behavior. They stop, they pull back, they face the truth. A cheater often chooses the second option. They don't stop what they're doing, they change how they explain it. "It's not that serious. Everyone flirts. If my partner really cared, they would have noticed I'm unhappy." Slowly, responsibility is pushed outward. The edges of the boundary soften, and the line stops looking like a line at all. By the time that cheating becomes physical, the mind has already done months of work justifying it. This leads to an important question. If many people feel unhappy, if many people face temptation, why do some cheat while others don't? Psychology points to patterns that show up again and again. One of the strongest is how a person learned to attach to others. Some people learned that closeness feels safe. Others learned that closeness feels dangerous. Those who pull away when things get emotionally close often crave intimacy but fear dependence. Those who feel anxious in relationships fear abandonment and seek constant reassurance. For both, cheating can feel like a twisted solution. I get closeness without commitment, connection without vulnerability. validation without accountability. They keep their main relationship so they don't feel alone, and something on the side so they don't feel trapped. It feels like balance. In reality, it's avoidance. Another pattern shows up in personality. Some people carry a strong sense of entitlement, a belief, sometimes unconscious, that the rules don't apply to them. Others see relationships less as bonds and more as tools, ways to meet needs, boost self-worth, escape boredom. For people with low empathy and high impulsivity, cheating doesn't feel like a moral crisis, it feels like opportunity. New attention triggers powerful reward signals in the brain. Dopamine spikes. They feel energized, desired, alive again, especially if their everyday life feels dull or empty. But here's the part many people miss. Explanation is not excuse. Understanding the psychology behind cheating doesn't make it harmless. It explains how it happens, not why it's acceptable. If you've ever been cheated on, you've probably asked yourself one question over and over. How could they touch me, kiss me, say they love me, and still do this? One of the most common psychological tools cheaters use is compartmentalization. They split their life into boxes. Box 1, I'm a loving partner. I care about my family. I'm a decent person. Box 2, secret messages, hidden photos, different rules. They work very hard to make sure those boxes never touch. They change names in their phone, delete messages, rewrite timelines, lie about where they were. As long as the boxes stay separate, they can keep believing the first version of themselves. Some even say, I never stopped loving my partner. And disturbingly, they might believe it, because in their mind, love and betrayal live in different compartments. But the truth is simple. It's the same person doing both. And over time, that split erodes something deep inside them, integrity. To keep cheating going, the mind needs stories. Without them, guilt would become unbearable. Some of the most common ones sound like this. It's just physical, meaning I want pleasure without emotional responsibility. My partner pushed me to this, meaning I refuse to fully own my choices. If this relationship were right, I wouldn't be tempted, meaning I'll use problems as permission instead of addressing them. This proves I'm still attractive, meaning my self-worth depends on external validation. These stories don't remove guilt, they just hide it. And paired with constant self-justification, a person can cheat for months or even years while convincing themselves they're not really like other cheaters. Not all cheaters look the same. Some cheat repeatedly, building double lives and patterns of deception. Some cheat during periods of grief, loss, or identity crisis. Some cheat as a way to exit a relationship without facing the honesty of ending it. Some cheat because intimacy feels threatening, so they sabotage it before it can hurt them. Pain may explain behavior. It does not excuse it. In today's world, cheating often begins in small, invisible ways. A like, a DM, a private joke, late-night conversations, venting about your partner to someone else. Emotional boundaries erode quietly. Here's a simple rule that never fails. If you're hiding it, you already know what it is. Inside the cheater, life becomes a cycle. Before seeing the other person, anticipation. During, excitement, escape, intensity. After, guilt, fear, promises to stop. Then emptiness returns, and the cycle starts again.
Meanwhile, their partner senses something is off long before the truth comes out. When cheating is exposed, the reactions often follow a pattern: denial, minimization, reversal. Suddenly, the focus shifts away from the betrayal and onto defending the self-image. Some people face that collapse honestly. They take responsibility, seek help, and change. Others don't. They move on, repeat the pattern, carry the same psychology into the next relationship.
At the end of the day, cheaters aren't mysterious creatures. They're people with poor emotional skills, avoidant or anxious attachment, high impulsivity or entitlement, and a lot of unexamined pain. Some can change, but only when they stop lying to themselves first. And if you were on the receiving end of betrayal, hear this clearly. Their cheating is not proof that you are unlovable, not boring, not replaceable. It is proof that they chose the easier path for themselves instead of the honest one. You deserve someone who protects the relationship when they feel lonely, not someone who escapes it. And the more you understand how minds work, the harder it becomes for anyone to play with yours again. If this helped you make sense of even one piece of your story, let it reach someone else who's still confused. And remember, clarity is power. And if you want more content like this, subscribe. And remember, the more you understand how minds work, the harder it becomes for anyone to play with yours again.